So this is part like 5 of a intuitive, introspective, free-flowing, open dialogue that I wanted to deliver, that I took some notes on. And I am still here in regards to my notes. So if you're sticking around, if you're listening, if you have come this far, I really do appreciate you so much, because it's really just rejuvenating and invigorating and refreshing and encouraging and comforting to me to know that there are people on my same wavelength that like get what I'm talking about, that I make sense to, you know? So I want to move on to anger and rage and sacred rage and boundaries, because I have learned a lot through my fear and anger and rage, and I've realized that anger and rage is such a defensive mechanism. Because, for example, when you feel really sensitive and really vulnerable and really intimidated and really inferior, when you feel depressed, you're down in your energy, you're low on the ground, it's hard to get up, it's hard to move, you feel weak. But anger and rage is motivating and amplifying, and it can lift us up and help us to guard and defend and fight and move and flee, and not just remain open to and subjective and susceptible to further damage and wounding. And those of us with a really wounded mind and body and inner child and experience and trauma, whatever it may be, we are living so much of our life in survival mode, just trying to avoid repeated trauma, aka that means we are living in a lot of anticipatory grief, a lot of angst, a lot of avoidance and deflection, and a lot of feeling withdrawn and dissociated and not being able to be fully close and open and attached, because again, we are always on the defensive. So anger can really highlight boundaries and needs and dreams and basic human needs too, and deeper needs and callings that we are neglecting and abandoning parts of ourselves. Anger and rage can identify and point to and signify and try to trigger us and notify us to these boundaries and needs and parts of ourselves and aspects and characteristics that need to be integrated, that need to emerge, that need to be unearthed, that have been probably repressed, oppressed, diluted, distorted, ostracized, that you were disapproved of for in childhood. Because again, caregivers, people that we were around, they didn't have the capacity within themselves. Whatever emotion, whatever aspect and characteristics of ourselves that we cannot accept and embrace within ourselves, we are not able to hold space for in others. So therefore, a parent wouldn't be able to hold space for a child's curiosity and creativity if their own curiosity and creativity was demolished because they were told they would have to work hard their whole life to be successful and to be safe. So they wouldn't be able to hold space. They would berate the curiosity and the creativity in the child to the extent that the child would be wounded, fractured, deficient, and feeling inadequate and blocked.